Good morning, good morning. I thought I'd just document this. There's a white Jeep next door. It has a flag hanging from the steering wheel. The guy hopped out. He's got a Trump shirt on, and his wife was out there making sure there was no lint on his shirt, running it up and down his chest. He has this woman doing these things for him. He's wearing a gun. He's sticking his chest out. He's got this bright red shirt on, it says Trump on it with a gun and stuff. If he's down here threatening people, which he may be doing, I don't think he was brave enough to walk out on the dock where everybody else is. But he's stalking up here from an upper level. No, actually, him and his wife is sitting right here at the podium out looking over everyone. And I'm going to watch these people. Matter of fact, I'll even pull up the camera. Look through the window at it's a Jeep is what it is. That's what it is out there. It should be good enough to identify if it comes around to it. I don't really like people that puts on their guns and sticks out their chest and stuff and then overwatches people. He's sitting on the left hand side of the thing and she's sitting in the center, and she's holding a pink bag and she's wearing a pink little shirt and stuff, and they seem to be looking around. I think that this is something where it's documented and the guy's out here running his camera. Maybe I'm in the background of his camera, and he's doing this. Matter of fact, maybe that's what he's doing. He's posing out there. He's got his gun to his hip towards me and stuff like that. I think that he's doing a little game show for me because I'm D.B. Cooper signing him right here. And this is why the FBI and the CIA and everybody should come in and get involved, because I've got these crackpot Trumpsters around me. And you know what's going to happen? Well, if something bad happens, the government's really involved, and the government should come to my aid knowing it's the right thing to do instead of continue doing the goddamn wrong thing. Because it's Cooper's son that's here. It's not your son. It's not their son. It's not someone else's son. This is George L. Wright's son, the man that they used for the Zodiac. This is the man that they used for D.B. Cooper. And this is the child that they hid this all behind. And they're all goddamn guilty for even going along with it. They've aided and abetted crimes on humanity. Now, if Donald Trump says that he's a political prisoner or something, he's full of shit. Donald Trump's a criminal, and the woman that's the Vice President of the United States is a prosecuting attorney. She knows the law. She's capable of following the law. And if she wasn't capable of following the law, she would instantly be in trouble. And that's just the fact. Now, going from there, we got the red Republicans getting in their car and getting the fucking hell out of here, because maybe they overheard me talking how I do things on YouTube and how I goddamn do things on YouTube. Yeah. 353 NWA, and it looks like it's an Oregon license plate number probably. But nevertheless, I don't think that even if you have your gun rights, you shouldn't be packing them around through a park and upsetting people just because you wear a little red shirt, a little goddamn red sucker. And that's exactly what happened on that one. Right here. I'm sitting right here and all these people are watching. These are people getting ready to leave is what's happening. I see the people on this side. They see them with the red shirt. They see them with the gun and stuff. And they see these people as a goddamn threat. And that's just the truth. And to put little pink stickers on your vehicle. And, a skull with a Trump on the driver's hand side. And another sticker on the left, it really isn't a good sign. What are we showing children by this behavior pattern right there. You know, there's things that should be allowed and there's things that shouldn't be allowed on the road. Cars with loud pipes and excessive noise, you know, when they're out there like little Donald Trump supporters and stuff, like this very guy that walks out here with a gun and stuff and's doing it. He was out here for 15 minutes. He was getting more fucking lint taken off him for fucking minutes by his wife. It was just like she was taking the lint off of the Donald Trump thing like it's so goddamn special. There's nothing special about the guy. There's just nothing special about Donald Trump other than he's the Antichrist. And how would I know? Well, God used me. And if he's the Antichrist and I'm the other equation, guess who I am? I'm a person of God, from God, by God, and by God, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to say what's correct. Why? Because for one, I can. I'm D.B. Cooper's son. I have freedom in America, and I still have goddamn rights. Let alone the right that I get directly from the Holy Father to stand up and talk out in his behalf. Now, when I say in his behalf, I will goddamn tell you that God Almighty deals through me. So I guess it's my cup, and it's not yours. And I'll goddamn explain it to you, similar to this. Here's a little Donald Trump. His little red ball, his little orange face, whatever. I've got the Trump. I've got the cup from God Almighty. I've been blessed. Anyway, my solar power just kicked down under 1060 and it's beeping. I could continue this, of course, and I will. But what I am saying is, every action has the equal opposite reaction. And when I get pissed off, bad things happen. And it's just like that. I could have a goddamn nightmare, and you could have a terrible goddamn day. And I'm telling you the truth. If I don't sleep good at night, you might not sleep good at night. You know why? Because anybody that fucks with me, fucked with the Holy Father that's in heaven, and the Holy Father in heaven is going to shove you right down in the ground. And I'm right here telling you respectfully, my name's John Wright, and you're not, and you can't do it because I've been elected to do it by the Holy Father himself. And isn't that nice? What I do is what I do, where I do, and I don't care what the fuck I goddamn do, as long as I'm fucking happy and I don't break the law. As long as I don't trample on someone else's fucking parade, and they better not goddamn trample on mine. And I'll tell you what, you got a problem with me, you step up to the plate and I'll fucking put you goddamn down, because the Holy Father in heaven will allow me to beat you, meet you, treat you. You throw the first punch, you get dessert, I'll put you on 5th goddamn Avenue. Ha 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 ha! And Donald Trump, you're off 5th Avenue. Someday they'll take the fucking signage off that goddamn building, and maybe they'll give it to all the prostitutes in New York to work out of, so us men can go get serviced at a top-rated whorehouse. The Trump Tower is the dump tower, which will now be the finest prostitute house in the United States of America, and don't you ever put another woman down. Women was created to aid men, not to defame men. Women were created to serve man and also to protect man. So when my wife comes out a little bit ahead and I've let her, it's because I've trusted her. But the second that I see a fucking problem, I'm going to go like this and say, honey, come right back behind me, and I'm going to step up to the plate and I'm going to do my job every goddamn day. I'm going to push him straight fucking down into the dirt, so the rest of us that believe in the Holy Father get shoved right up, straight up into heaven, and that's where we belong. We belong in heaven in our minds every day. I see a woman running down the thing. She's wearing a pink shirt. She's running down the thing. She's living a very peaceful day and morning. And that guy down here with his little Trump gun and stuff like that, that guy right there could fuck up all these people's day by just showing up and posing and taking a picture like he's something goddamn special. And what he was doing right here, he had no support from anyone. Not anyone. But this woman that's running by here, I'll give her the little woohoo. Hey, baby, you're doing good. She'll see me here in a second. Hopefully. Okay, well, she's running. She's wearing pink, and pink is great. Pink don't stink. Pink is the way to go. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna vote blue this year. You know why? Because I'm not stupid. And another thing I want you to know, that you better vote just a straight blue ticket, because they can throw the vote out because you're voting outside of party lines. And I found this out through my computer system. I can ask my computer a question. I download this Android type thing, a computer. You could just ask right on it a question. And you know what? Here in Washington State, if you vote outside of a straight ticket, your ticket gets thrown right out the fucking window, because they don't vote it. You can't vote outside of party lines. You're either a Democrat or you're whether a Republican in Washington State. And I'm fairly sure that they're practicing it nationwide. I don't know exactly who is behind it, but I sure do know it's the truth. And I want to go straight up, and I want all of you to go straight up too, because my blessing that I'm standing up with this heart right behind me. Woo! I'm standing up here. Should be your blessing too, because if you believe in who I believe in, we're on the right course going straight up. Donald Trump's the Antichrist. He's been defeated. You should watch my videos. And by the way, don't vote outside of your thing. If you're a Republican, you better vote Republican. If you're a Democrat, you better vote Democrat, I guess. But if you want to stop party lines, you better go register and become a Democrat, or vice versa, and do straight ticket. You know, I want a fair election. Sure, a fair election. Well, I want to see how much Donald Trump gets beat. He'll get beat worse than Jimmy Carter when President Reagan took it. And I'll tell you another about this Donald Trump. He's no goddamn President Reagan. And by the way, for somebody to tell me that they like Donald Trump just because he went and didn't take money for being the president, that was just a ploy to get votes, okay? But the fact is Ronald Reagan did that very thing. He didn't take the money. He didn't need it. It put him in another tax bracket he probably didn't want to go. But I will say this, that Donald Trump did that, so he got all this bad news coming down from him, because what goes up does come down, in Donald Trump's own words, in a thing about the housing bubble gonna burst and everything. Well, Donald Trump was actually talking about the country under his tutelage. Now be smart, look back in history and see the words that's been played. Donald Trump is not an American. He's not an ideal American, and he's got foreign ideas from foreign nations because he's selling it out, because he's a real estate agent. Hey, he's a real estate agent. They knew how to deal with this guy. It's just a piece of real estate for sale, and we're not for sale in the United States. Hey, my name's John Wright. I'm D.B. Cooper's son, and if I didn't stand up, I would be straight in the ground pushing up goddamn daisies, and my family knows it. My family knows it. And I don't want it to be your family next. I do not want to be your family next. And if I catch these little red Trumpsters and stuff running around with red shirts and guns and stuff, great. Perfect target, because if they're threatening the community like this here, and they need to be eliminated, let's just shoot the red shirts. Let's just shoot the red shirts. If they're packing guns, I guess we're going to have to pack guns. If they're brave enough to come out here and pack gun like that guy was, I never took a picture of the guy. Why? Because that guy would have fucking done it. He would have retaliated. He was goddamn cuckoo, and so was his fucking cuckoo wife, or was out there with them. And I'm just telling you, this is a public service message, because why? I care. I'm responsible for what I see. I'm an American, and you're responsible for what you see when you see crimes, when you see misactions, or somebody that has their rights that want to overburden and override people because they have it. They're lucky they have their gun rights, acting the way that they do. That type of acting is inappropriate. That type of acting is absolutely inappropriate. That's Donald Trump's Trumpsters. And those people that run around with their 24 truck and their things like that, little Donald Trump, if they ever cause any problems, those will be the first one that gets shot down. You know why? You're pulling a gun against another American and you deserve to die. If somebody pulls out a gun on another American, if there's another foreign person that's in America thinking they got a gun and that's a privilege that they have a gun, that you have no privilege to have firearms in the United States of America. And another thing, children do not have toy rights to have firearms. See? I'll serve this one up to you on the goddamn plate this morning. Children do not have gun rights. So they should not have toy guns to play with, thinking that they have toy rights and they're become players of guns. Little kids should play with paddles and paddle boats and stuff like that. Do stuff that gives them exercise and growing up, not hiding behind a gun, being skinny and being chased all your life. Because if people want you to be on the chase, they've won, they've taken higher ground away from you. And that's what little Donald Trump supporters want to do. They want to take the higher ground away from you. All of us are here. There was there's at least 10 cars down that way. There's no one past me. Everybody parked down below me because they know I'll protect them. This guy, he parked over here on this side of me because he wouldn't dare pull in over there. And there's a spot right next to me. And right next to me, it says the poker room right here on my motorhome. So I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. Donald Trump, junksters, you better put your goddamn guns away or you will lose your gun rights. I won't lose my gun rights. The Democrats will not lose their gun rights. Our option is we're going to keep our rights, period. And the women's rights too, and we're taking all of it this year. All of it. And the Republicans, it's all or nothing, Donald Trump says. The Democrats will forgive you and bring you back and let you enter society and do the right thing. Matter of fact, there was a gentleman here yesterday that got into a misfortune over this whole thing, over this shutdown, where they shut down the whole thing over this virus. They changed the signage and stuff. The guy's acting out a little bit. He acted out a little bit a couple times. I've met him, and he's the break dancer on top of the truck. Financial problems. He's about ready to lose his house. When his wife got into a conflict of interest, he had to refinance the house, buy her out. He has the house sitting over there. It's behind in payments and water and stuff. And I identified with the guy. The guy's having a problem because of all the circumstances that's surrounding us right now. So I told that guy what I'd like you to do is go down and do a bankruptcy, a reorganization. And this will put you in first place. You're going to keep the property now, or you're going to go ahead and start making the payments at a reduced price and everything after you see the judge. You're going to be able to keep the money and stuff. Until then, rat hole it, do what you have to do. But in that reorganization right there, he's going to be able to lower the interest and stuff and keep his house and actually be paying a payment that's comparable to rent around here. And he could get a roommate and stuff and pay a little bit more. There's a lot of things he could do. Once he's put in first position, he feels like he has no position and he might be acting out. I told him, I said, now if you're not making a certain amount of money, you are not a Republican. I think he identified that he thought he was a Republican and he's really a Democrat. And I told him, once you get into this and do this here, now on this refi of this house, if this here company wants this here house so bad, what we're going to do is we're going to let the attorney go ahead, and there's $150,000 worth of equity, and the attorney's going to go and say, you want this house and you want to sell it to someone else, refinance, get out of it and stuff like that. Well, this guy's now in a position where he can get the equity out of the house. He's going to let the attorney do it. The attorney's going to take the fees and stuff here, and it's going to work for the guy. You got to look for an attorney that will do that, but you got to go to a bankruptcy attorney and put yourself through a reorganization, and that's a great way of doing it. Another thing is you could join a credit union that has an overdraft in it, that has a 50% overdraft, so you can overdraft your payment on your house if you're behind it. So you just have your regular job, your money goes directly to the bank, You go ahead and spend your money out of it, and then you write your check for your house payment, and you've actually, for $30, you financed your rent payment stuff, and it's going to work out for you at the end of the thing. And you could actually pay off your house doing this and debt very quickly. And I recommend this to a lot of people because it's just an easy thing that you could do without no credit, without no hassle, without nobody telling you no, and it just works for you. There's 4 steps to put you on 5th Street, put you on 5th Avenue. And you know, if you want to be on 5th Avenue, you have to make a conscious decision to do it because nobody's going to do it for you. And if you don't make the right decisions, you're going to be like a search commercial against everybody in a direct conflict instead of going the proper way, which is straight up, because you're going to go straight up with this new philosophy about the way that you think. Now look, Donald Trump's lost it. You know why? He's too fucking top heavy. He's gonna fall over. It cannot happen. What goes up does come down. I told you the truth, and the Republican Party is pushing the envelope, and they shouldn't be doing this because at the end of the day, I hate to see it, blood in the streets. But these people that's going to be blood in the streets, unfortunately, are running red shirts, chest out, guns on their thing. And hey, man, I have nothing against gun rights at all. But that guy should know, and he did know, he can't walk down through that area with that gun because I'm sure that the cops would have all been here. I was tempted to call the cops, but I just wanted to watch it and actually see it. I see what's going on, and I just don't mind telling the truth. Hey, maybe that guy should straighten up. If he's got gun rights, he's packing it and stuff like that, maybe he should put his gun, someplace. I bet he has a concealed weapons permit too. By the way that guy was acting, and he was out there doing nothing more than inflicting his bullshit upon me and upon everybody that's enjoying themselves right here on this beach. And I'll tell you what, it just doesn't seem right. You cannot look away from this. Norjack is an FBI case file. I see what's going wrong. And you know what? I was put up to whatever I goddamn do. I was put up to doing whatever I'm doing by the Holy Father, Nineveh. Just like I told Ernie Toback. And by the way, Ernie, I still have your staff, but I have my inflatable board. I go out and do exercises every day. I go down there and do this without even the board, working my muscles, trying to get fit. Why? Because it's no shit what I do, but it is bullshit what other people do. And we can't stand for it no longer. Hey, you have a great day. Kamala, the vice president, the next president of the United States is going to be a female, and she's going to be a sharp female, and she's very smart. I had a prosecuting attorney. I would know. And you have a great day, because my name is John T. Wright, and I am D.B. Cooper's son, and my dad was the Zodiac Killer. Nicest guy in the world, but if you owed the cops money and they needed a collector, they called on the Zodiac. And you have a great day. My name's John Wright. You have a great day, and I love each and every one of you every day, and you are always in my prayer. Even if I hate you, you're in my prayer, because someday you're going to get through it. Someday you will get through it, and it'll be a great day for all of us. Amen.